We are building over 400 water wells all over the world. Today, we take for granted what 2.2 billion people on planet Earth don't have access to: clean water. We're here to change that. In this video, we will go to Bangladesh, Nigeria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Yemen, and Palestine to bring clean water to 337,352 people in 2024. And yes, we counted. Let's head to Nigeria. Imagine waking up every single day knowing that you have to walk kilometers just to fetch clean water. This was the harsh reality for many families in this region. The journey was long, exhausting, dangerous, especially for the women and children who forget about school and their families just to go get water that may not even be clean.
And Nigeria is definitely dry, it's definitely hot. Working very closely in Nigeria, we built over, I think, about 30 water stations. Once we find the water station sites, generally with the villages that don't have water, we get an approval that it's on Waqf land. As soon as that approval is done and we've got a sponsor or a donor for it, we're on 100%. So the boys are working, or the team's working day and night to get that water station open. So we organise the drilling machines, we organise all the pipe work, we've got all the labourers involved, and the guys are drilling. So sometimes you'll see they're actually, drilling, and then you've got the whole village, the kids, everyone standing around. And subhanAllah, seeing that joy of when that water first comes out of the ground is absolutely amazing. So alhamdulillah, they value it, they appreciate it. For us, we're very accustomed to flicking the switch of a tap and getting clean drinking water. For them to have it within their village and having easy access to it is a huge bonus. In Nigeria, they're very tribal. They still live in a lot of the remote areas. And children actually sometimes don't go to school because they've got to actually help the family and fetch for water. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if you want to give in charity, the best form of charity is giving in water. And I believe for an environment like this, where there's very dry desert type of heat and environment, giving clean drinking water is very, very important.
The challenges that the Sadaqa team faced on the ground was well worth it after seeing the communities thriving and loving their new water sources, which they can use for cooking, cleaning, and wudu. Next, we're off to Pakistan. The challenges in Pakistan were different, but equally as daunting. The terrain was tough, and finding suitable locations for the water wells is actually a major hurdle.
All right, guys, you ready for it? Next trip, Pakistan.
While Josh and the Sadaqa team fly to Pakistan, let me show you how we actually build these deep wells. We survey the area and look for reliable people to take care of the building process. We use drying drills or piling machines to dig 100 to 300 meters into the ground for clean drinking water. We have to dig this deep for pure water, which is free from microbes and toxic pollutants like lead and arsenic. The reason why we dig 300 meters is that the water does not dry out even in extreme heat conditions, which is why our water wells are one of a kind.
Parts of Southeast Asia where the land is a little bit more soft, what happens is the sewerage actually gets mixed in with the soil, and then that water table gets contaminated. So for us as Sadaqa Welfare Fund, it's always very important, no matter where we're building a water well or a water station, is to go deeper to a bigger table of water where that water station can last to serve that particular community, and it minimizes from cross-contamination and any other bacteria, diseases, arsenic problems that may arise as well.
After the well is bored, we build large tanks to store the water and power it with solar so it can be sustainable and self-running. The wells are designed in such a way that the runoff water can be used by the animals in the land.
Alhamdulillah, my brothers and sisters, we've arrived to Karachi Airport. We've got the team here. Mashallah, very, very busy. 30 plus degrees. We're ready to shoot off, inshallah. We're in Pakistan, in the Sindh region. Imagine monsoon season being out here in this heat. SubhanAllah, it's very hot at the moment. And that's it, they've got their outdoor kitchens. They go about roughly about 2 to 3 kilometers to get clean water. And just look at the terrain behind me.
I firsthand got to see where families drink from, those old wells out of the ground. What's amazing to actually watch is when they bring the water back, they're actually trying to purify it and clean it themselves. They know that water's harming them, but imagine not having drinking water. So they're using their garments to drain it out, clean it all out, purify it, and then they're basically drinking it. The water that they're fetching is not necessarily clean water. So when they drink this water, it actually creates a bigger problem for them. So it creates malaria and different bacteria, diseases, losing vision, and they are ideally getting sick from it. So alhamdulillah, by creating the water stations in Pakistan, you're creating life. It's not also a matter of just building it and walking away from it. Our team is regularly maintaining it to make sure that these water stations are actually continually working. And this way, it's a benefit to the community there, and it's a great Sadaqa Jariyah for the donors as well.
So we built well after well after well after well. At the same time, a fire broke out in the refugee camps in Yemen, which we also had to act upon. So we gathered our water tanks, we loaded them up and delivered them straight to the refugee camps. While filling them up with clean drinking water, we also built tents for them. We gave them blankets, food, mattresses, and daily necessities so their hardship could be eased during their times of difficulty. Our team then flew to Bangladesh to build new wells and renovate the old ones which we built earlier. We went to Sherpur, Janaigati and Shatkira, where we have built over 200 water wells in the last few years.
We've been working in Bangladesh for the last 13 years. And we are here in Kisharganj.
We are here at Damodia Shariatpur.
We are here in one of the villages in the outskirts of Mawli Bazaar. We have just currently crossed from across the mosque where we have a sponsor's water well.
Alhamdulillah, we're here at an orphanage in Bangladesh in Dhaka. We're on our way from Dhaka to Cox's Bazaar.
Now with the new wells, clean water is just a few steps away. The children can go to school instead of spending their days fetching water. Mothers can take better care of their families. The entire community is healthier and happier now that they have access to clean drinking water. However, our visit to Bangladesh doesn't just end there. We never forget about the incredible resilience of the Rohingya refugees. These people have endured so much over the years, yet they remain hopeful and strong. Building walls in the refugee camps is one of the hardest challenges we've ever undertaken. The camps are so overcrowded and the conditions are so harsh. We knew that clean water was essential for their survival.
Rohingya for me is very close to my heart. When the crisis happened and the Rohingyans first started coming, we were literally there on day number 3. So we were on the ground, we were assisting families to come to the mainland and get set up. So when you look at it, 7 years has passed now, and you've got a 1.1 million population in the Rohingya camps. So one of the important things was, one is organising accommodation, and 2 is that emergency relief of providing food, but also clean drinking water as well. How many water bottles could you give per day to support 1.1 million people that have come all in one time? So alhamdulillah, we've created a lot of water stations, we've created a lot of wudu stations, we've backboned these on the back of the schools, the masjids. So it's given children an opportunity to have access and families to clean drinking water, but also be able to go to get educated, go to their community centres, go to their masjids, and that way it's a great Sadaqa Jariyah for our donors.
Now let's head over to Afghanistan, where the landscape is astoundingly beautiful and is rough and harsh at the exact same time. The rugged terrain makes it difficult to transport our equipment, but our dedicated team work tirelessly to build wells in remote areas. Collaborating with local engineers and the community leaders, we identified the best locations for the wells. The happiness and the relief on the faces of the people in Logar and Kabul when they saw clean water for the first time is indescribable. These wells not only provide safe drinking water, but they improve the overall health and hygiene of that entire community, reducing the risk of waterborne diseases. In addition to this, we had to help out the families in regard to the harsh winter conditions that they also face in Afghanistan.
Alhamdulillah, we're in Calais Muslim, which is about 40 minutes out of Kabul. It's see behind me, it's snowing, it's blowing cold, and these families are going through winter with no electricity, no heating. Some of them are actually in tents. So how do you get through this cold
without being sick. It's very, very tough.
We provided them with blankets, food, clothes, heaters, fuel to ensure a bit of heat and a better life during the harsh weather of winter in Afghanistan. But the journey doesn't end there. We couldn't just do nothing for our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Gaza.
You know, Palestine is very close to the whole Ummah's heart. Alhamdulillah, I've been very privileged prior to the war as a non-Palestinian, someone who's Turkish background. I've been in Gaza for the last 2 Ramadans. One of the things that we found very important for Gaza is we all know that Gaza's water was contaminated and there's no free-flowing water either. So as Sadaqa Welfare Fund, what we decided to do is on Waqf land next to the masjids is that we would drill for water. The water would go through a full purification system, fill up into tanks, and the local community can come and get clean drinking water. 2, the people that are coming to the masjid can benefit from it and get wudu as well. Some of them we tied into the electricity. Most of them we actually got electricity and solar panels because we know in Gaza the electricity gets cut out as well. So it was very heartbreaking to know that, you know, such a big investment was made into Gaza with these water stations. And right at the start of the conflict, these were specifically targeted to get rid of the water in Gaza.
وهنا في خط مي لقيناه مفجوع بنعبي منه ونتحمم وبنغسل وللحمامات لكل حاجة.
يعني لا يوجد لا عنا لا أكل لا شرب لا أواعي لا حتى المية تعبنا منها.
سببت دود للأطفال، سببت جراثيم صغار من كثر المية البلدية هذه اللي بتطلع كلها دود وميكروبات.
So we brought in water trucks, which was a challenge in itself. We had them filled up with clean drinking water and distributed it all over Gaza, north, south, and in Gaza City. By providing them with clean drinking water and hot meals, we gave them a glimmer of hope during their times of trial and hardship to show the people of Gaza that we stand with them and they are not forgotten. These walls are more than just sources of water. They're symbols of hope and resilience. They represent a collective effort of people from all over the world coming together just to make a difference. And how did we achieve this? You made this possible. Your support makes a real difference in the lives of millions of people around the world. Your generous donations are the only things that make this possible. But it's just the beginning. There are still many communities in need of clean water, and with your support, we can reach them. Be a part of this incredible journey. Help us build more wells, bring clean water to more people, and change lives together. Together, we can make a real difference, one water project at a time.